What's up, guys? Got another X and Y Wi-Fi battle. I know it's been a while, but just couldn't find a lot of good battles, so that's the only problem. And here I'm kind of using that same Zangoose team, even though I changed up a little bit. You know, added Terrakion, set up stealth rocks, and my opponent Kai is using his team's got the fire, water, grass core with the Venusaur, Infernape, and Vaporeon, and I'm suspecting that Venusaur will be his Mega Evolution going into the battle, even though that Scizor could potentially be a Mega Evolution. And seeing that he has no Rapid Spin, I decided to lead off with my Galvantula and just get up the Sticky Webs because it would be very beneficial to my team. And he decides to lead off with the Rotom, and he just goes for the Will-O-Wisp, which will end up breaking my Focus Sash, but doesn't really make too much of a difference here. And now I was thinking to sack my Galvantula at this point, so I just stay in, go for the Bug Buzz to get off some damage on the Rotom. It ends up doing a lot because I do get the critical hit and I do end up dodging the Hydro Pump. So second turn really goes in my favor. And the next turn next turn is gonna make a very questionable move. Gonna switch in the Vaporeon, and I do end up switching my moves up to Thunder. And this Vaporeon is gonna take like 70% switching into the Thunder. Now this was a questionable move, obviously, because even if I would have went for Bug Buzz, what was he gonna do when he switched in? I was still gonna go for Thunder. But here I decided to go for the Volt Switch and take out the Vaporeon and also switch into something else. Maybe my Terrakion to get up the rocks, but he decides to go for the Protect, just to scout and see what I would do. And I'm still gonna go for the Volt Switch next turn, I believe. And I'm pretty sure that he's gonna want to go into that Venusaur if he is, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, I just want to kind of sack this Galvantula. And he ends up making the hard switch out into his Venusaur and all his Pokemon, into his Rotom. Sorry about that. And yeah, I end up Volt Switching out and I almost killed the Rotom. And I believe I end up going into, I go into my own Rotom. And I think I go for the Volt Switch. I just had this battle too. I don't know how I don't remember this. And yeah, he switches out and he decides to go into his Venusaur. Yeah. No, into his Vaporeon. Hello? Why would he go into his Vaporeon? Like I said, he ends up making a lot of questionable moves, especially in the beginning of the battle. And I'm able to take out the Vaporeon. Maybe he just wanted to sack Vaporeon, but it really could have helped him against my Scizor later on in the battle, as you will see. And I'm just gonna go out to my Galvantula because it's kind of what I want to have out at this point. Because I can Volt Switch out on anything he wants to send in. And if I don't want to, switch into anything, I can just leave him in to die. And he's actually going to make a very good play here. I didn't even think about him doing this, but he's going to send in his Ditto and actually get a Sticky Web for himself. I don't know why that didn't cross my mind while I was doing this battle. But, anyway, it ends up making a little difference during the battle. But, whatever. So here I just decided to stay in and go for Thunder. Because I know that he's gonna, because I want to see what he locks himself into, and he, obviously locks himself into the Sticky Web. And now he decides to go out and do his Venusaur, which he should have said in a long time ago. And oh yeah, I just go for another Thunder, and this Thunder does diddly squat, it does nothing. Venusaur is just so bulky. And I think I just stay in and go for the Bug Buzz and just sack my Galvantula because I really don't need him at this point, especially with Vaporeon gone. And I can just get a free switch into anything I want. And this Bug Buzz actually does a good bit of damage. I was actually surprised how much it did. And he's able to just take me out with the Sludge Bomb. And I still haven't got my rock. I don't think I end up getting my rocks up this match. And I decided to go out into my own Scizor because most Mega Venusaurs carry Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, Leech Seed, or Sleep Powder, and Synthesis. 4 out of those 5 moves. So he pretty much can't touch me, so he has to switch. So I end up deciding to Mega Evolve and just going for the U-turn. But it actually stays in and go for the Leech Seed. Which is, you know, fine by me because this U-turn is going to do a lot of damage to this Venusaur. And I just got to whittle this thing, just got to whittle it down, you know, a little bit at a time because it's so bulky. And right here I decided to send in my Zangoose. And I knew that he would want to switch into a Scizor, but I just decided to go for the Facade anyway. Because, you know, he's been playing kind of weird at the beginning anyway. He's been playing really aggressive, and it didn't really pay off for him. Like I said, he ends up going out into his Scizor, and this Facade is going to do a lot of damage. It's going to do like 70%, I believe. And I think that's because I end up getting another critical hit. No, it does like 80%. Wow. And here I was debating whether I need to go into my Rotom or just try to take the Scizor out now. And I decided just to stay in and try to live this Bullet Punch, which I do, and take him out with the Close Combat. And here's where I think that the crit doesn't matter, because I think that the combination of Facade and Close Combat without the crit would have been able to take him out. I'm not sure. Haven't did the calc, but I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. Okay, but it ends up being a double down here. His Scizor goes down, my Zangoose goes down, and I just decided to go out into my Rotom because I can just Volt Switch out on anything, and he ends up going into his Infernape, which is fine by me. And he just goes for the U-turn here, which is, you know, really good for me because I get the Switch initiative. And judging by that damage, I'm thinking that he might be banded, but I'm not 100% sure. And he just goes out into his Venusaur, and I'm able to Volt Switch out. And I either go into my Gengar or my Scizor. I'm thinking Gengar. And, you know, like I said, just whittling this Venusaur down, get another crit. So that's like 3 crits this battle. You know, sorry to my opponent, but you know what you gonna do. And yeah, I do end up just switching into my Gengar and going for the Shadow Ball, because seeing as nothing on his team wants to really switch into the Shadow Ball, probably my best move at this point. And Gengar is, you know, a big threat to this dude's team because I think I've taken out all the Steel Pokemon. Well, he only had one Steel Pokemon. What am I talking about? Steel doesn't even resist Ghost anymore. I don't know what I'm talking about. But he sends in the Ditto, which I thought he would, and he just obviously transforms into my Gengar. And right here I decide to fire off my Rotom so I can get the safe switch into the Scizor. If this was like 5th gen, I would just switch directly into Scizor since I do resist the Shadow Ball. But I wasn't sure if he could 2-hit KO me with the Shadow Ball or not. So I decided to go into my Scizor, and here's where I probably make the worst play of the match, but it wasn't that bad of a play. I knew that he was switching to his Infernape, but I just wanted to, you know, stay safe and go for the Bullet Punch and take out that Ditto, because the Ditto could be a problem later down the road. But the misplay, it ends up not mattering on my part. But you know, if he would have made 1 or 2 predictions, he could have won this battle. And here I'm predicting him to go for the Flare Blitz, and he really should have went for Close Combat, because there's no way in the world I would have stayed in with my Scizor against the Infernape, but that's fine by me. And he just go for the Flare Blitz, and it does a decent amount, you know, but I do resist it. And you know, I'm thinking this got to be banded. I'm gonna calculate after this battle and see if it's banded. And here I was debating whether to get up those late game rocks or not, but I just end up deciding to go for the Close Combat, seeing as nothing on this team wants to really switch into this. He ends up making a decent place, firing off his Rotom, so I believe he wants to get the free switch into Ditto. And let's see, yeah, it's gotta be Ditto, right? No, it's Infernape. And right here is a speed tie, but even if he wins the speed tie, no matter what happens in the speed tie, I'm gonna win the battle. But me, you know, winning this speed tie to sped it up, because all he has left at this point, I believe, is the Ditto and the Infernape. And if he would have won the speed tie and went for the Close Combat, I would have been able to sit in my Gengar and, you know, just spam Shadow Ball, or Yeah, just spam Shadow Ball. And right here he sends in Ditto again. It's gonna be another speed tie, even though he's scarfed because he has to take. Well, no, he's gonna win the speed. It's not speed tie because I had to switch into sticky webs and he scarfed. Okay. And I knew he was gonna go for the Stone Edge here because he didn't want me to switch in my Gengar. But at this point I do have the match because I have the Scizor chilling in the back. And I can easily take him out with the Bullet Punch. It was a very good game, Kai. I believe I won 2-0. And pretty much the closest game I got all this weekend because all my other battles I've been 6-0 people. And it's with this team too, or Zangoose. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, leave me a like, comment, sub, and check out these videos.